Hey guys, I am hanging out while the baby's asleep. We're gonna go to the zoo, maybe, if she wakes up. But I thought it would be a good time to stop and say hi and to say a little bit about the importance and power and strength that comes from family. Not something I thought I would be saying if you talked to me 5, 10 years ago. That's for sure. But I think it's important to get out there because I hear so much. Like, one of the things that makes me so sad is that some of the best people that I know, the smartest people, are the very people who are not having and raising children. And they're doing that because they're smarter. They see more of what's wrong in the world and how precarious things are. And it's very hard when you look at the world and you imagine and you believe that things are about to get worse and that things are going to be worse when your children are growing up than they were when you were growing up. It's really hard to bring yourself to, kind of bring new life into the world and, undertake that journey. And I sympathize. And it might be true. I did hear, someone make a really good point recently, though, that, the state of the world is one thing, but so much of a child's life is in the state of the family that they're raised in. And for many, many people, you think about, the situation that you were raised in. Odds are you were raised, for instance, in public school. Odds are you experience some amount of physical violence being there. Odds are at the very, if you're intelligent, you were very bored. You were probably mistreated by at least one teacher, probably a lot of teachers. So you have a kid, you raise a kid, you homeschool that kid. All this other stuff in the country goes to hell in a handbasket. But by at least some metrics, they have a better life than you did growing up, right? There's things that you can make a lot better for your kids than they were for you. And that's kind of how we move things in this upward trajectory, right? It helps nothing in the end that it helps nothing in the end to just give up and exit the fight like that, right? The other piece of it is I talk all the time about needing to be a happy warrior, right? And I am not the number one happiest warrior at all. That title probably goes to Milo Yiannopoulos, who you should all support and give money to because he doesn't have billionaires funding him anymore. And follow him on Telegram, which is a really cool app. So I am now convinced that it is borderline impossible to be a happy warrior, or at least significantly the easiest way to get yourself there over that threshold is to have a family, is to have a loving and supportive family. And I can say, personally in my life right now, on paper, this might be one of the hardest, if not the hardest, times that I've gone through. I'm not going to say what the things are, but God, it's like 5 different extremely challenging, disappointing, emotionally draining, things ranging from just tragedies to betrayal to, very precarious situations, many of which are not, resolved yet. And all that's going on, and I am very happy. I'm very happy, and it's much easier to deal with these things than it's ever been before in my life, in other circumstances I've been in that were significantly less difficult. And the entire reason for that is because I have this amazing baby. I've had my husband for a long time, but our relationship is different because we're parents now, not just, not just a couple, right? We're not just focused on ourselves, we're focused on this big project with each other. And that has given me so much strength and so much happiness every day. up because I want to go to the zoo. Yay, we're waking up. So that is my message to you guys. Start a family, have babies, and then when the things that you're afraid of happen, you'll find that you have so much more strength. You'll have so much more focus and more resolve and a much more lighthearted attitude and perspective that will carry you through it in ways that I don't think you can even wrap your head around until you kind of start down that path. So that's my pro tip. And again, follow those culture warriors, okay? The best thing that most people can do, sharing stuff is great. There's a lot of algorithmic suppression and all that. You can fund these people directly, and please do, right? The most effective thing most people can do is buckle down, have kids, raise them right, homeschool them, and don't spend your money on frivolous stuff. Put some of your money toward these people who can really make a difference, because the world doesn't need another YouTube channel. Part of the reason why I'm pulling back on the social media stuff, it's just not, I don't think it's quite the path forward that it may have been at another point in time, right? Not to mention kind of the risk-reward analysis there. But you can support the people who are really impactful, and you can support them financially, and you can support them just by talking about it. As I say all the time, right? Talk about it in meat space. Talk about it to actual people. Don't click retweet and share and whatever on social media. Share things in real life with real people. Drag that Overton window whenever you can, in every conversation that you can. And raise the next generation right. And it'll be good for you. It'll be good for the world. It'll be good for them. And you won't regret it. I promise. Okay. Bye.